You know, I've really lost track of how many episodes it is that we have done.
I think it's 40.
I think this is right around 40.
This might be 40.
That is crazy.
40.
That is a crazy concept. I was thinking to myself, I was like, is this 40? Right.
How does that feel?
Like we're doing something.
We're doing something. People tell me we're doing something.
Like we're doing something. Like we make a thing, we do a thing, and it's like a thing.
I hear it.
And I do love this little dual shot thing.
Yeah, I like it.
The dual shot is kind of fun.
Summer's almost, we done made it through so many, we've made it through seasons here.
Yes.
We have now almost entered that last month of summer.
We've almost done a year. We've almost hit the full cycle.
Before we do that, can I say something about the podcast that I've heard?
1 second. My name's Corey Alexander, and this is Oko Carter.
Yes, it is.
Welcome to Late Nights with Oko and Koko, episode 40. Roll it.
Yo, these late nights got me acting a fool. I stepped in on my boom, like in the way that I move. I ain't playing around with fools.
Okay. What's up? Talk to me.
I be in these streets.
You do.
A lot.
Yes. Acting up for the host, for these kids.
Had a busy social week. Went to a birthday party. Also had a friend called me last Saturday and said, do you want to come to, he's a South African DJ.
Okay.
Named Joseph. He listens to our show.
Okay.
Do you want to come to a party that I'm DJing?
Okay.
I said, okay, I'll come. I don't like to go out usually at night unless it's art related.
Oko's out at night all the time.
Unless it's art
Literally
related.
all the time.
Like
He's out
club,
at nighttime.
you don't hear me talk about going to clubs.
Oko's not at the club all the time, but
No,
Oko
I
is
am
out.
not at the
Oko
club.
is out at nighttime
I be in
very,
the
very
streets, I
regularly.
suppose.
I call Oko, he's out the house at 9:30 in the morning.
That is
I
true,
call
too.
Oko, it's 9:30 at night. He's also still out the house.
That might be true.
It is very true. It is
so
incredibly true.
He was like, you should come. They gonna have Haitian food because it's a birthday party for one of my friends who was a Haitian guy.
We do love Haitian food.
I had never had Haitian food, but my God, was it good.
Okay. Oh.
But what was great about it was when I get there, he says to me, he says, I thought of you because I know you're not on social. He's
Right.
like, and I hadn't really done anything socially, meaning like had no sets that he had played lately. He said, but I was listening to the latest podcast, the
Right.
latest episode.
The latest
and it made me
episode.
think of you. And I had this epiphany where I realized that outside of people who are in proximity to us, be
Right.
it Twan or me, Andre, or Andy, or our friends.
Right.
We do exist in like a realm where people are listening to us and we do not know it.
We are internet people.
We are internet people. We're in
Right.
people's ears.
Right.
And it was a little interesting. And it was the perfect bookend to where our friend Adrian, as you know, like the
Hey,
say
girl,
Adrian,
what's up?
She's coming to sit there one day. She just told me.
One of these days we'll get.
I think we should do her like we did your mom. Give her the mic.
Throw in, give her a mic.
She's got to say something.
Right.
But she called me last Saturday right before the party and said, do you want to go to a live podcast taping
Okay. Yes.
of Hot Smokes, which is a
Smokes.
sports show with
Okay.
Steph. I should have wrote it down. I don't remember their names.
Steph Curry?
No, not Steph Curry. I would know that.
Okay.
This one is just retired people, but it's huge. It's a big podcast.
Okay.
It's parts of, I don't know. It's just huge. It's on YouTube.
They did a live tape.
They did a live tape at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood. She says, I think that you should go just to see.
What it's like to,
What
do,
it's
live,
like-
to, do, to do a live
yeah.
podcast.
We went. They had free cocktails.
Oh, we love free cocktails. How
And
much
you
was the
know
ticket?
what? It was very insightful. It was very good to see. I think that could be a nice one-year thing to do.
Oh, a live one?
Yeah. I know some venues. I do have a Rolodex.
Yes.
And that may be possible.
Yeah.
That
I'm
might be
down.
possible where we get an audience. We got friends. People
We do
will
have
come
some
and
friends.
listen to
There's
us.
people who will pull up to a live
Oh yeah,
taping
and
of
they'll
the show.
tell other people to come. It's the problem with people, not an issue.
Right.
We can bring people in.
And these guys own a comedy club, which
very
can turn
nice.
into a studio.
But I think that'd be a good 1 year anniversary thing.
I think that's
so
a good
that'd be
idea.
November.
Okay.
But here's why I want to say it to you, because it's interesting how like we do this. I'm pointing at the TV because it's like a split screen. We do this, but I find it that podcast, what was interesting was they have producers. They're big.
Of course, yeah.
Got people literally on the ground. The girl is on the ground doing what I do for my own stuff, holding cards, saying,
Right.
ask this question.
Right. Here, like this is a
She's
job.
crawling
This-
on the ground to one of these niggas because they are just not paying attention. They drunk
Right.
on shrooms.
Right.
Insane. But here's the part that was interesting to me was that they don't act like the cameras exist. So they're
Sure.
just having a conversation
Sure.
where you and I are having a conversation, but we are aware that if Corey says something I don't like, I stare at the camera.
Sure.
You get that? Like, we are playing to it. And it was
playing into the visual aspect of our podcast.
And I remember the first time you told me, let's do it. I didn't even know we were going to be on camera. Remember I said, I thought I was going to be able to just come in sweats.
Right. Remember that second episode and I came in looking crazy as fuck and I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Yes. Because we just did not know what we were doing. Yeah, it was different. But those are the things that I thought was interesting. It was interesting to see how, like, behind the scenes of a major of a big podcast, it was also interesting to see how some people are performing for cameras, and then there are others who are just having a conversation.
Well, when you get like when you get to a place where your podcast is doing well and you want to go and like you do like a live tour of the podcast, that's a lot of fun. You can make a lot of money.
Oh, I know. I know.
You can make some money doing like a live version show, selling tickets,
and ours would be better.
Drinks. Yeah,
I know that. Adrian said that. She don't mind me saying this. I mean, because she had her reasons why we were there.
Right.
But she did say to me, she said, you guys would be more engaging because they weren't talking to us. They were talking to each other. So it just felt like we were listening.
Like you were just like privy to the conversation.
Yes. You and I don't really, we do this because ain't no one here. But if for audiences here, it's going to be hard for me to just completely not.
Well, we'd think about how to include them. Yeah, we'd figure out how do we engage, how do we make that like a part of the
and they had abs. They clearly, if it was funny, they would laugh.
Of course.
But outside of that, they had no care if I was following along. There were times it was so seedy into football that I didn't know what they were talking about.
Sure.
But I knew that cocktail was good.
That doesn't necessarily, that doesn't surprise me.
So that was
got lost at the sports podcast.
That was that. So that was good to see. So I think that that's something that we could, but are we doing this on here? Okay. Here's my question. All right, how would we would bring mics and stuff?
So if we were going to do like a live tape of a podcast, we would go to a venue and similar, it would be pretty much set up just like this, except the mics would play out into a arena.
Right.
And we would just record everything, but we would still have the same recording.
And we'll be on film?
And we'd be on film.
Oh, I was thinking, shit, we won't have to be on camera.
No, we'd be on film. But instead of the things feeding into that computer monitor that we have everything going over there, everything would feed into like the monitors on the stage, like the big monitors on the stage. You'd have someone switching cameras and watching and people talking. It's a big fucking to do.
It is a thing. So
but
yeah,
maybe. But it would be fun. It'd be fun.
Oh, how was your week?
My week has been good. This is it's weird. Like I'm realizing more and more that my mind is actually incredibly powerful.
Yeah, it is.
It's really good at like bringing shit to life.
Yeah, it is.
And so I've been kind of in like a little bit of like I've been having a little bit of imposter syndrome the last couple weeks
in certain places.
In general.
Explain.
Well, like I was out in WeHo the other night, and these girls walked up to me and they were like, "Oh my God, we love your TikToks." We're like,
nice, I love that.
Fan. And I was like, "Oh, this," and I was like on a date, and
that's great.
Right?
Did it make you uncomfortable?
It didn't make me uncomfortable. It was just like different. It was just different, and like my roster of clients who I work with weekly is growing.
Yes,
and
it is.
And I'm now sitting at like 5 or 6 like regular weekly clients. So I'm like busy. I'm like a busy Hollywood podcast producer.
Yes.
And
I love that.
And it's just like it's very
incredible.
It's very strange.
That is incredible.
It's very, very strange.
Listen, that is incredible. As someone who truly believes in your talent, but also know that
watch it go up and down.
And we'll be here when it go down again.
Right.
That's the thing. That's the thing about friendship.
Right.
So no, I think it's incredible. But no, that's really, really great. I think imposter is an interesting word to call that, though.
Well, it's like right now, like I said, like I'm working at Hollywood as a podcast producer. I am my schedule is full.
Right.
I'm being paid pretty well.
Yeah.
I drive a pretty nice car.
Yeah, you do.
I got a pretty nice dog.
You do have a very sweet dog.
I'm like living in like this weird. It's weird. Like I'm like.
That is very good.
I'm like. Oh, this is weird.
That is very good.
Very strange.
That's very good.
To be sitting in like in just like.
Are you waiting for the shoe to drop?
I don't know if I think like I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. Because what happened was last year when my life fell apart.
Yeah.
I told myself that I will rebuild back on better ground because I built up pretty tall on pretty weak foundation. Like on a job system that I didn't like that much, in a roommate situation that wasn't very healthy for me, in a car that I couldn't.
Who I saw.
Right.
No, I haven't said this to you.
You saw David?
I did. You can say just a name, but I did.
Whatever.
He didn't see me, but I saw him.
Oh, you saw him? Where was it? In the apartment? Downtown. Oh,
Downtown,
interesting.
leaving Target, I think.
Oh, interesting. You didn't say anything.
No.
Absolutely
He
not.
would get nothing from me.
Right.
I would look at him and act like I've never, like he's like a Casper that he is,
Right.
personally. So
Right.
Finish. Yeah, but I did see him. I would have forgot.
Well, like it's just been so like I really had like a lot of stuff. A lot of the levels broke through last year. And
This time last year. Yeah. Not pretty.
Not pretty. Not pretty. Not fucking pretty.
Not pretty.
It was like through like it was not
was
fucking
hot.
pretty. It was hot. It was a lot. Working for the bar, doing it was a lot. And so like now just like it doesn't feel like I'm sitting. No, it doesn't feel like I'm even waiting. So it doesn't feel like I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. That's not what it is.
Good. It won't.
That's not what it feels like. It feels like I'm like, oh, like, okay, you really just have to be really careful about what it is that you think and put your energy into, because that stuff will happen.
Yes, you do. That makes me think of the gospel. There's a gospel song that says, he picked me up. You can take away the he or whatever. He picked me up. He turned me around. He placed my feet on solid ground.
Right.
And that's what happened with you. Like where you just you had to correct the chorus. You had to recognize, as you said, that you was on unsteady ground, and unsteady ground only lasts for so long.
The whole thing crumbled.
It does. It only lasts for so long.
It crumbled.
It can get you to where you're trying to go.
The apartment, the job, the car.
The few apartments.
The few apartments.
Yeah, because there was more than
friend.
one.
Like a lot of stuff happened.
Right. Right.
And so like now it's just like a little bit more. I feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm doing a work that I am grateful for.
Yeah. And will take you further.
And will take me further, and is currently taking me further. It's allowing me to be creative full time. I work for myself. I kind of set my own schedule for the most part. I feel like since this show has started, our show,
yeah,
I think right around the time the show was starting, my cerebral cortex was hardening. That's what I think it is. I think the front of my brain has finally solidified.
Well, it takes for a while.
I think that it has finally like happened.
It takes a while.
I feel a little less stupid.
I told you 2 years ago that when you get to 27, from 27 to 30, it's like, oh, you step into who you just take a turn. Like you feel like, oh, okay, so I'm going in a direction that I feel more, things are solidifying.
Right.
Here's what happens though. You get 30, and then as you would say to me, that 30 people of yours are very sure.
Yes, 30 is surety.
Oh, as you would say.
I should trademark that.
You should, because that's definitely what you would say. You will get there and you will know why that feeling exists, because you do kind of learn sugar from salt, or as I would say to you, like, I got 30 and I could put my bags down. Finally, it felt like, oh God, I can put this duffel bag down.
My bags down. That's a very interesting way to describe it.
Yeah, that's how I felt, and I still feel that. And I've had unshaky ground and all other things, but there's also been like a foundation of like, I'm on a foundation that is unshakable. And I recognize it even with grief that I've lived, was that's what this year, we've had like 2 different years.
Right.
This last year. Mine has been very like intro, like true inner work of learning that what I thought would break me, it didn't. And I thought it would. I really did, because I thought the love is so real that I just knew I would lose myself in my grandmother's passing. I really, really thought that. I thought when I would be weeping with you that I wouldn't stop.
Right.
I wouldn't. I didn't think I would. I just thought that I was just going to, you guys were just going to get I didn't think you would get a broken Oko, because I don't show no one that. No, not broken.
No,
that's not my personality.
That ain't my cup of tea.
Not broken.
Oh,
I never thought that, but I thought that you guys would get something, or I would look at myself differently. And almost a year later, because we were right at, my grandmother's been dead September 30th to make a year, so we're right at this. This is when, this was the week that I called you last year and said, I always remember this conversation. I said to you, I said my grandmother has cancer. And you said to me, you said, I'm sorry about that, buddy. I said, yeah. I said, she does. I said, but she's strong. But I can remember in the way your face looked when I told you, I just knew that it was not going to be a triumphant ending for me. I just knew she was not going to live. I just knew it. And I spent a month, as you know, weeping. So it's been nice to get to this point. And I made a commitment this summer. I said, you know what? I am going to get out of bed. I've had 7 months of weeping. And I'm going to enjoy and not be on social media. And I've had a nice time. I've had some nice still couple months. And it's just been me figuring out life, feeling love, but also knowing that just like I can choose to grieve, you also have to choose joy.
Yeah.
That's what life is. It's like you choosing to recognize that you have to have more solid foundation. I have chose joy is mine because I deserve it.
You do.
I deserve it. So yeah, that's that. We haven't even done this.
We haven't even had our drinks. Yes,
Enough of that. Woof.
Vibe.
Bye.
Peach contains alcohol. 12% by Vendange.
I don't know where that.
Vendange.
I got it from Ramirez. So
Vendange.
God bless.
We drinking. For the ASMR girls.
I feel like it's another version of that beatbox.
Yeah, I thought it was a beatbox.
I thought you did. Yeah, it ain't. But they copycat something.
That wasn't a very good opening sound. No.
Kind of strong.
Oh, that's good.
It's similar to something like you would make.
Yes, yeah. This is like something I would make, like whiskey and peach.
I kind of like this better than the beatbox. It's a little something different about it. It's more peachy or something.
This is good. And 12% is going to get it done.
And just not that expensive. We have an audio version of Am I Wrong today. I want to change it up.
How long is that video?
You don't want to do a play?
Just how long is it?
It's like a minute or so.
Because you know you be playing these long ass videos sometimes.
It's pretty ghetto though. It's good.
Fine.
It's not
Let's try it.
No, let's try it. All right, so this is Am I Wrong, but this is an audio version of Am I Wrong. Play this, and we will discuss. Oof.
So me and my fiance, we are getting married, right? And to be a part of our wedding, you had to pay $450 for a ticket, and that's for each guest. So we invited friends and family to our wedding. Tell me why everybody that we invited has declined the invitation. We already have spent 100, maybe almost close to $200,000 on the wedding. We have already pre-ordered the cake. We already put down a deposit for the venue. We've already got the wedding dress, everything. We paid for everything for the wedding. DJ, photographer, everything for the wedding. And what I don't understand is that y'all spend more money on stupid stuff, but you can't come out to support your family and your friends at a wedding. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell it, like, is we wrong?
Is we wrong?
Yes, nigga, you are wrong.
Is we wrong? I love that.
the yes, nigga, we are. I have more things to say, but hold on.
Because y'all pay for tickets, Beyonce tickets, $1,000 tickets. Y'all going to go meet Chris Brown for $1,000 something. But when it comes to your friends and your family, you can't pay the ticket. Like, these weddings ain't cheap. The weddings ain't cheap. Like what's going on? Like, I don't get it.
Okay, so in last year, I paid $1,000 for a Beyonce ticket.
Yeah, you did.
And I also was the best man at my brother's wedding.
You were. Not too far apart.
I spent, they were right next to each other. I spent and then there was the bachelor party in New Orleans. I spent a whole bunch of money on weddings last year. A couple $1,000s that I spent on weddings. Now
you also was a part of the wedding.
That part. So like I'm the best man in the wedding. I'm in the wedding party. You know what I'm saying? Like $450 to go to a wedding, nigga, you're gonna be wedding by yourself. Because I mean, like, who's
doing that?
Who's paying $100,000 for a wedding? You didn't put it. He said
100 to 200,000.
So how you first of all, you ain't pay $100,000-$200,000 for no wedding. If you know there's a difference between $100,000 and $200,000. And if you cut a check for $200,000, my nigga, I'm sure you remember how much the check was for.
Right. You're right.
I don't think it was between $100,000 and $200,000.
Right.
No, bitch. If usually that was a $187,000 wedding. If you know what it was. Now, meanwhile, what is the point of asking niggas to pay for a wedding if you got the bread to put the damn wedding up yourself?
That part, that is almost like
you got $150,000 to put up on the wedding, and you asking niggas to pay you back? No, you get married. I had a wonderful time at my brother's wedding.
Yeah, you did.
Literally, it was so nice. It was so pretty. Wedding was not cheap.
Right.
It wasn't $150,000. Because that's a really expensive wedding. You must be
probably
very well
50
to do
though.
Probably like a little rare, somewhere around 50.
Yeah.
It was not. It wasn't cheap, but it
New York.
but it was really nice.
It was nice.
It was a
nice.
very, very nice wedding. We did not pay for the wedding. And when I think of like all of the smiles, it was open bar, top shelf, all the all the stuff. And it was such a wonderful time. And like if you're the person who wants to have a big wedding and celebrate your love, your commitment to each other in front of all these people and make it real extravagant and beautiful, do that. If you can afford to do that. But you don't get to have like some big, crazy, extravagant $150,000 wedding and then tell niggas everybody need to pay $450 for a ticket.
That's not even cheap.
That's expensive,
That is
right?
very expensive.
It's funny that you played that because this is the second video. This is the second time that like people paying for a wedding ticket
that we talked about
has popped up. No, in just the last like 2 days. Like I saw something about something similar yesterday. Just scrolling through, and if you want to do like, cause like a $450 ticket for a wedding, am I going somewhere?
That was the part. I feel like if he would say like, so
is it a destination?
So
am I packing a bag?
Adrian had a destination wedding.
Right.
We paid things to go there, but she also gave discounts. She worked with the people too.
Right.
So I think that I don't know what this did. I'm not paying $450 to go to the Ritz-Carlton in Manhattan.
I'm paying $450 to go to no wedding in Hollywood either.
Wherever. I'm saying that because it better be. You know what? That's true too. Because I don't want to. If $450 plus a flight.
Right. Like you have to. So what?
Yeah.
So
where
now,
do you live?
So I got to get dressed for this wedding. So I need an outfit. I need to give you $450 for a ticket. I need to get you a present. I need to get there. You asking for a lot, my nigga. Fuck you and your wedding. Go jump a broom. This is really for you and your bitch. Who is it for? You seem like this is like how dare they not want to spend like $1,000? Who are you, nigga? Beyonce is Beyonce. Beyonce has been giving me life and energy and XYZ and moments and things that I will never forget my entire goddamn life. If I want to spend $1,000, what the fuck did you do, Steve?
Jabari.
What? Like where?
Governor was Jabari.
Where do you?
It doesn't. Something's off about that to me. Like, and also you don't get to count what I do with my money.
Right,
Like he didn't even have to mention that part. I could go and spend beyond. I could give Giselle all my rent money. That ain't got shit to do with you and your wife.
Right. I want to spend $1,000 to give Chris Brown a hug. You know.
My God.
To feel Chris Brown's dick print was shit. You know, this is what it is. This is what I'm spending my $1,000 on.
You just said I got to slide it here. So Chris Brown, he's been here the last couple days on tour.
I didn't know that, but I would have gone. How much were they? Probably too much money.
I don't know. Jordan Sparks was there last night.
No air. And did she perform?
She did not.
Oh,
she had a reasoning why. I recorded it, but I want to ask you this because we've talked about this a little bit. So social media. So I think Victoria Monet went the first night and she got criticized for
going to Chris Brown's concert.
Yeah,
I hate people.
And then Kelly Rowland went the next night.
Right.
And then Victoria went again. She said, "Fuck y'all."
Actually,
that's really what she said.
Actually,
Monica came. Monica don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. She do not give a shit. Right. She doesn't care what people think.
Right.
And it start this long conversation. And I feel like it's redundant, but it's worth talking about. Like, how do you think people should respond to Chris Brown? Clearly, they mean what happened with him and Rihanna.
I mean, Chris Brown beat Rihanna's ass in a roid rage incident as a teenager.
That's fair.
And so
15 years ago,
he was 19 years old,
mm-hmm.
and like a child, mm-hmm. as 19-year-olds are. Now, I know that the media loves to paint black men as the media loves for white people to do bad. When white people do bad things, they're boys, they're mm-hmm. children until they're fucking 40. And
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like they're children.
Yeah, they talked about like
they're a boy. They were on the swim team. This mm-hmm. nigga's 42.
Mm-hmm.
He killed a room full of people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit that he was on the swim team.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brown, 19, beats the shit out of Rihanna, lost a whole lot of money for it.
Yes, he did.
Tens of millions of dollars. Because Chris Brown was the shit.
Changed the trajectory of his career.
I was listening to like Give Me That,
right.
Wall to Wall, Run It, Poppin'. Chris Brown was the shit and really fucked up a bag, right? Mm-hmm. And so 15 years later, I've heard nice things about Chris Brown. I've heard that he's actually a pretty nice person. I know a couple people who are in his orbit.
I believe that.
And
that's not surprising.
They say he's a nice guy. And it's a little. I don't know if I feel bad. Chris Brown is rich. He is successful. He is pretty. He did beat the shit out of her.
Yes, he did.
I don't think I feel bad.
No boo-hooing.
No boo-hooing. But I do think it's unfair. I do think that like if Chris Brown was fairer toned, he would not be dealing with the same ridicule, the same.
You mean
backlash.
if he was white? Because he's fair for us.
Yeah. You know what
he can't get more fair.
If he was
he the
paler,
epitome of a light skinned nigga. Yeah, if he was white.
If he was white,
yeah,
I think
it would Robbie Downey Jr.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Shia LaBeouf.
Exactly.
Right. And I like Shia.
Army Hammer.
Army, who's trying to reinvent himself too.
You know what I mean? Like so, like, and those were. And
these they found in the
and
bathtub.
they weren't 19 doing wild shit.
No. Army was 30 years old.
So it was fucking what's his name?
And they're like cannibal
Tony Stark
about him.
Yeah, and so like, I think it's unfair. I recently have decided that I want to see Chris Brown live. He doesn't get to play. You know what it is? Because I go to festivals all the time. I should have seen Chris Brown. Chris Brown doesn't get booked for festivals.
No.
They won't book him.
No. But because of this, because of the conversation that we're having.
They will not book him.
Which is why I think it's a legitimate conversation. I think that, so my thoughts are Chris Brown is a talent. There was a time where I thought he was like a once in a generation talent. I think that happened. And I think there's the psychology of it is that this is a kid who saw his mom getting her ass beat. Therefore, it probably fucked him up.
Sure.
I think that what he did to Rihanna, the pictures are jarred in all of our minds. That is reprehensible.
Everybody, you got that text on your phone that slid up with the keyboard.
Yes, you'll never forget it.
When that text of Rihanna and her face beater came
We'll never
through.
forget it. But I also
you had messages and you had to download them.
For sure. Or when you had to like type in Google stuff because Twitter it wasn't just showing you Rihanna. You had to like look it up.
Well, or when you had to.
She had the pixie cut, poor thing.
What a time.
But I think that. I believe that it was wrong what he did, and I think that he deserves anything that has changed his trajectory because that's just a choice he made.
He's still rich and popular and successful.
He's very, 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 very rich, and people are paying so much money. These concerts are sold out. He has legions of fans. I think, though, the conversation for me is that kind of similar to like, don't count my money. I think we should have a conversation where we be able to tell people that you don't get to tell me to cancel someone.
Fair. Well,
I mean, you don't. I can adhere to it.
No, you don't get to tell me. You can. Yeah.
I can adhere to it. I can push it away. But I don't think that we get to like. Do I want to go see Chris Brown? Not really. I'm not that big of a fan.
Right.
And it ain't really Rihanna. Have I ever forgotten that? No. But I do think that.
I'd rather go see Chris Brown than Rihanna.
Oh, I do. I don't think Rihanna would even give a good show. I would if I had a choice. I would probably rather if I had those two.
No, Rihanna, we love you.
Oh no, we love Riri.
We love you, Rihanna.
She could do anything.
Bow down.
She could do anything.
That bitch. Hits on hits on
and
hits
I
on
also
hits
think
on
that's some of the reason
Rihanna
why
fans do not come at us.
No, don't come, Navy. No.
We like Rihanna.
We have never said anything bad about Rihanna on this show.
Okay, we like Rihanna.
We actually really do like Rihanna.
We do.
But I think a good Pisces. I do think that that's also some of the reason that I give him a little bit of grace is because if she would have been stunted by that incident, it would be fuck him because he hurt her. This woman has become a massive global phenomenon in wake of all of this.
Right.
So for her to be able to not let it define her, because we're the one talking about it. If you look at Rihanna
been over it.
Yes, if you look at Rihanna, you wouldn't even have no recollection.
Rihanna and Chris got songs out post that moment.
Together?
Yes. Birthday cake.
What?
Birthday cake.
Since the fight?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know this.
He got that cake. You know that song?
No.
Ooh, baby, you like it. I'm so excited.
It was not
Don't
popular,
try to hide it. I'm gonna make you buy, bitch. Cake.
I do know that. Of course.
Chris Brown is on the remix of that. Yeah, for sure.
Listen.
And ain't nobody business. Ain't nobody business.
Mm-hmm.
That's Rihanna and Chris Brown too. That is also post that instance. Unapologetic. That's on that album.
Now, until the people talking about Calendria and not Michelle, what's her name? Victoria Monet and them going to go see him. And Jordan Sparks, leave them people alone.
Right.
They don't fucking care that you care that that they're supporting Beater.
Yeah, suck a bag of dicks.
They don't care.
Right.
Is it valid? I suppose. They don't care though. Leave them people alone.
So remember a couple months ago, I was getting my nails done, and then I went and bought the kit to start doing my nails myself.
Yes,
right.
that was our famous Christmas episode.
Right, famous Christmas episode with right. And
Right.
so the difficulty I was having was that I could figure out how to make the nails look cute.
Okay.
Like the paint, the designs, I can make them cute, but I couldn't get them to adhere to my nails appropriately. They would keep popping off.
Right.
Like the whole thing would come off. Like,
Okay.
like laughably so would the whole thing come off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went and got my nails done like 1-2 times, and I was watching the bitches do it. I was like, okay, what are you guys doing?
Okay.
That is different. And I realized what I think it is that I'm not wiping the nail beds down with alcohol to properly remove the oils from the nails. Like the skin, like the oils from your skin and stuff.
Okay.
So like, so I tried the other day. I did this manicure in like 20 minutes too. So I got this new one. I don't know if it'll focus, but I got a new manicure. It is pretty cute. And I think they're staying on because
Okay.
I wiped them with the
Show it to the camera again.
the
Those are nice.
alcohol. Right. Hose, dead, eating.
Jesus.
For the audio listeners, they're red with white specks.
They are red with white specks, my lord.
Right. Next.
Ooh, I almost choked in. Okay. You know, I like to start with like little questions. So you can only pick two. What I'm finna say. One, a new house. $7,500 a month. $800 credit score.
800 point credit score.
800. Yeah, that's it. 800.
Right.
Yeah, 800 credit score.
Mm-hmm.
A $200K salary. Retire now. Or $300K in cash.
I can pick two.
You can pick two.
Well, a $200,000 a year salary is more than $7,000 a month. $7,500 a month.
True.
So whomever. So I'm probably gonna go with the $200,000 salary. What was the first one?
New house.
That's paid for.
It didn't say that.
I
So
don't
let's say no.
I don't need to just be in a house.
No, not paying rent.
Not paying
a
rent.
mortgage.
No,
Yeah, no.
I think I would take the $200,000 a year and the 800 credit score. I could do some damage with those things.
I think I would do the 800 credit score and I was going to say retire now, but it's like I don't.
Because again, retire now means what?
Yeah, like what does that mean? $300K cash.
$300,000 cash is cool, but $200,000 a year adds up a whole lot faster than that.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
I mean, maybe just the $200K salary and the $7,500 per month. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. I guess that was another option.
Yeah, I want that.
That's
a lot of money.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's some good income coming in.
That is a very good money.
It's like $300,000 a year.
Last question. What would you consider the superior fruit of what I'm going to say? A, mangoes. B, pineapples. C, peaches. Which one you like the most?
Mangoes, pineapples, peaches.
I've never seen you eat any of these.
I've eaten all of these.
I've seen you eat a banana and an orange.
I drink peaches more often.
Okay, I've never seen you eat a peach.
With whiskey.
Okay.
I usually drink my peaches with whiskey.
Got it.
With bourbon. I want to say I think the superior one is a mango.
Mangoes are good.
Followed by the pineapple. I like pineapple and probably eat more pineapple than I do mango, but I don't like how it always be burning up the roof of my mouth.
Mango, pineapple?
Pineapple.
Yeah, it's too acidic.
A little too acidic.
Yeah, that's the only reason I can't pick it. I
What
would
about you?
actually say mangoes and peaches.
Oh, you don't like pineapple?
Not really, because it's too acidic. I did have a mango. I had a fruit salad.
Algo don't really eat fruit either.
I don't eat fruit, but
No.
I've been taking
I'm like,
but
I'll
tell you what,
I keep fruit in my house. There's
no,
fruit
you do.
There's
Yeah,
fruit
I don't
in my
buy
house.
fruit, but I am on a multivitamin that has a lot of like fruit supplements in it.
Right.
It is
Right.
You know, I like a good vitamin.
Yeah, you do, because the vitamin's definitely better than the actual piece of fruit.
Well, just in case I don't.
Just
I
in
get something.
case. Right.
Yeah,
right,
I get
right,
something. I'm
right.
getting something out of it. What
Right.
Denzel said on that video with him and have you ever seen that video with him and Jamie Foxx? And he's talking about how he lost an award and he got so mad because he didn't win it that On the way out, he took the craft service tray of subs.
That's
he
funny.
says, "I'm leaving here with
I'm
something.
leaving out of here, motherfucker, with something." That's funny.
I'm fucking Denzel Washington.
Right. He took the whole tray, the whole craft, the whole tray craft.
He said, "You got me fucked up."
LA really likes the craft tray. These are new.
Yeah.
Like I'll do a lot of events and people pull up with their little, like that's like a thing, like the table with the snacks and
like
people,
craft service.
Yeah, like
For
people
sure.
really like do that here, which I think is a little different.
Do you keep up with the Olympics?
I do keep up with the Olympics.
It's
Kinda.
over now.
They are.
Well, there's some hot topics though with them that I do want to talk about a little bit. First thing, all right, let's talk about this person named Jordan Childs. Have you heard about this?
Jordan Childs is the one who just got her medal taken.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jordan Childs originally placed 5th. Then
She did.
they had something reviewed and they moved her score to 3rd.
Right.
That then took off some Slavic bitch, Russian,
Romanian.
Slavic bitch, and then bumped her to 4th, so she lost her medal. Then, like a day or two later, the Romanians pulled up a video that said that they had put their thing up 4 seconds too late.
Right.
That it had
The
been
review.
The review had come in 4 seconds too late. Team USA conjured up another video that disproved that.
Right.
And then the IOC or whoever, the gymnastics, whomever is in charge, seems to at the moment have denied this appeal.
Well, yeah, it's been rejected.
Right. Now, they say that the U.S. will likely be going to court over this.
Okay.
Which is interesting because of like in my mind it doesn't really matter that much. Like they already, but I guess but I guess this hasn't really been a thing. This doesn't really happen very often. This is relatively unprecedented, particularly for someone who didn't cheat.
Right. She did not cheat.
Yeah, it's not like doping scandals have rearranged the podium. I want to say, was it Athens in 2000? Athens is 2004?
Yeah, no, 2000 was Sydney.
I think maybe since Sydney.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That was the last time that medals got rearranged.
Right.
That was the Sydney games. But that it doesn't happen very often, and that and the mama said it was racism.
Do you think it's racism?
I don't know.
Because those stories are coming out. I mean, we talked about Serena last week.
Right.
I saw a video of, and I did not look up really, so whatever. But I saw a video of Aisha Curry being turned away from somewhere that people are saying was racist.
She annoys me a little bit.
Oh, she definitely annoys me. I didn't even know she hadn't had a baby recently. I didn't know any of this, but because I don't keep up with her.
She annoys me a little bit. I went to her restaurant in Vegas.
No, I bet it wasn't good.
It wasn't.
Of course not.
It was like a southern, like a soul food type restaurant.
Child,
type thing.
I almost said what I didn't want to say.
It was bad.
Oof. But I do think that I've been hearing that it was racist also. That's how people are viewing it.
I could see that. I know. Here's the only thing that I think to myself. If someone appeals something, and then you all make a decision, and then it gets appealed again, and y'all just make another a decision willy-nilly, that is in some spin undermining power, authority. Like part of me feels like it's like sometimes you just have to make a decision and stick with it. And sometimes you just have to make a decision and stick with it. Right. And so I think what happened was that they made a decision. The video was submitted. They made a decision. They released that. Right. I imagine that if like the decision had come out and then like they went to like just like the U.S. medals team. If it had stayed if it wasn't like a public thing, then they would have been like, okay, if they had sent an email that was like, oh, like they've submitted a video that says that this came in at 104. Do you have like anything to add to this appeal process before we issue a decision? Right. I think that then they would have submitted the video. But I think because it's all out there already, you start looking like you have a foot in your mouth. I think that's true too. Could it also be a possibility that it's like fuck America? We got the most medals. I think there might be part of that too. I think that's not, that's human nature. People over American. I mean, like, just reading some of these things, we were the number one most medal country. We had 40 goals. Tied for number one. I think. I think didn't China also get 40? China got, but not in total. The total number of medals. The U.S. had the most. Yes, you're right. No, they both had 40 goals. China and USA tied for goals. But in medals, we got 126. China got 91. Right. So that's kind of a dusting. It is.
can we just shout out, because we have been doing this so long, where we talked about Simone and her boyfriend in that podcast episode.
We did. Dragged them.
Dragged.
To hell and back.
Dragged. That felt like so long ago.
It was a while
But God bless Simone. She is a baddie. She is the GOAT.
I was watching some of her documentary on Netflix the other day.
I've never heard of it.
She has a different...
Well, what is it about her life?
It's about the Tokyo Olympics and the spins.
Okay.
When she got the twisties.
Okay.
It's about like that and like training for this Olympic that was coming up, and I think it came out like right before the Olympics came out. And my biggest issue with Simone Biles and Gabby Douglas.
Oh, good old Gabby.
Was the hair.
Well, yeah, I think that there got to be some legal. It got to be some rules why they say kinky, or you can't have a 27 piece.
Well, because that
I understand
because
that.
in the documentary,
no 27 piece of summer sauce, bitch.
Well, in the documentary, her braids and shit was laid.
When you see her in outside of doing this, it's always nice. She looked good this time, though, don't you think?
I think I'm here for it. But you know, like
her hair.
But when I think about her and Gabby Douglas, they both had like straightened hair that like was pulled back, and it just made me wonder like why. Because when I was thinking about Sha'Carri was looking good.
But two different things.
But like hair done, nails done, different. I mean, like
different.
Sha'Carri
they
had
all
dimensions.
was looking good, and they were all like channeling Florence Joyner, who was a very big racer, track thing, and who had long nails. By the way, I love Sha'Carri.
Right.
I'm a fan. I think
maybe it's Sha'Carri.
It probably is Sha'Carri.
I think it's Sha'Carri.
I think she's a badass.
She is. She's cute too.
She's very cute and bold, bodacious. I like a good person who wear different color wigs.
Hair looking good. Hair looking good. Nails long.
Look
expensive.
And beautiful.
Look beautiful and expensive, girl. We love it. We stand.
Beautiful.
We stand.
Beautiful.
We stand.
And that video of her running and like doing like a side view of the bitch, like, bitch, you ain't gonna outrun me. So you might as well just give up. You might as well just give up. Last thing about Olympics, the flame is now in our hands.
Los Angeles.
The next city that will host the Olympics in front of the world will be Los Angeles in 2028.
The next Summer Olympics. The next Olympics is
winter
else.
would be like, when is that?
2026.
What is this year? 24. Right. So 2 years away.
And then but also in 26 is the World Cup.
Okay.
Which is also in LA.
Oh God, this city.
Right.
So the LA Times put out a whole article because Karen Bass was there, the mayor Karen Bass, and she took the flame and she brought it to our city.
She was in Paris?
She was in Paris. Oh, yeah, because we're the next city. She was there opening night. She was definitely there. They gave her like the flag and all on the ending at the closing ceremony.
That's cool.
And then they showed her landing here on the airplane with it in her hand.
Interesting.
I said, Karen, now you get your ass back to that mayor hall.
And go work.
Go work.
Go work. There's stuff to do.
Cut the shit out.
Bro,
this city's...
There's things to do, Karen.
This city got a lot of shit to fix before 2028.
Yeah,
so the LA Times wrote like 9 things that they think this city could do to just help with the Olympics.
What's it called is almost done. The airport.
The airport is almost done.
The tram is almost done. I was there like last week and I was like, oh, okay, there's a lot less.
The airport is almost done.
You can see it now.
One thing the LA Times, the first thing they said was they should, during the Olympics, they should erect the Olympic cauldron at Griffith Park. I think that's a good idea.
Sure.
You will be able to see it.
Right.
I won't see it from Boyle Heights.
Not from Boyle Heights. I can see it if I get up on my roof.
Yeah.
I don't have my view like I used to
in your
have.
old spot, you would really be able to see it.
I would be able to see it.
Number 2 is, that's the thing about Koreatown. Depending upon where you're at in Koreatown, you can see all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, I looked out my window.
High enough up.
Right, I told you this before. In 2017, I looked out my window, I think it was January the 1st or 2nd, and I literally looked out my window and I said, why does that say Hollywood?
Right.
I was so confused.
Right.
I said, what the fuck is going on?
That's weird.
And I was right on 8th in Oxford. Number 2, they said that they should perform a La La Land inspired dance on the 105 and 110. That's foolery.
I don't like that. That's white as fuck.
How are they going to even do that? And where is the cars going to go?
Not on the 101. Maybe on the bridge.
Yeah, silly. Number 3 is plant out LA's ugliness, which is a drag, but I guess that's true.
Plan out?
Plant. So like what they're saying is residents and business owners and municipalities should plant trees and install boxes of flowers all like outside homes to just make it look better.
Whatever.
I suppose they have cameras that they show the streets.
Not really.
I don't know.
You know. Get some B-roll from a Hollywood lot.
Number 4 was create a mechanical surfing ride for spectators. I don't know what that even means.
What that even means.
I don't know what that is.
You could just go surfing for real.
Yeah.
In the Pacific Ocean.
Another option was make a mountain lion the LA 28 mascot.
Stupid.
Um,
Should be a wildfire.
Another one was turn the Hollywood pitch meeting into an Olympic short film. So basically, like I heard there's parts of like that Paris opening was they had like things that were very Parisian.
Has LA ever had the Olympics before?
Yes, 1984.
Okay, so LA has.
And it changed. I know people who was here then that said that people that came have never left. There are people that literally moved here during that week, during those 2 weeks, and have never left. And generations are now here because of that.
Because of the
Right. Also, it was a lot of people displaced during that time because there were homeless people who never found their grounding after that Olympics.
Well, LA is actually a pretty decent city to hold something like the Olympics because LA has a whole lot of like hotels and arenas.
That is true.
There's a bunch of them. There's probably like 7 or 8 arenas in Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, we got enough of them.
Because it's the Hollywood Bowl. There's Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
There's
there's the Forum.
The Forum.
There is SoFi.
Right.
There is the Crypto.
Right.
There's the Convention Center.
Right.
There is
there's that one that just got made that's big by USC.
Yes. Yes.
It's huge.
That might be the new Coliseum Center. Because that's where it used to be at.
There's something down there that's huge. Not BMI. BM. What's next to SoFi? It's SoFi, Kia Forum, and there's a third one.
Yes, that they're building.
That they're building.
I don't know if that one will be open by 2028, but
I think
it
will be. I think that is exactly the plan for it to be open by then. I think that is very much in their plan.
But what their problem is that they're coming against is that they're saying that what are they have to have these trains fixed because in 1984, 40 years ago, traffic wasn't as congested as it is today. So what they're hoping is that these transits are going to be the things that really get people to and from the different events.
I mean, Los Angeles's train system is pretty good.
It's getting better.
The train system
wasn't
is
always good.
Well, let me reword. Like for the places that the train goes, I don't think it goes that many spots. But for the places that it goes, and it goes a few, you can get there. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty fast. It's pretty clean.
But you would be aggravated too with that little stint that you did ride it.
I wasn't that aggravated with the trains. I was
didn't
actually
like the buses.
It was the buses.
But no, them trains also
I rode an LA bus 2 days in a row and said, okay, I'm gonna go get me a car.
I remember. No. Them trains will have a 30-minute just break down and you be like, okay, well, what if I have a job?
I'm talking about the bus or the train.
I'm talking about the train. That happens all the time.
Right.
Daily. I recently had someone at a dinner say to me, Oko, because I've lived here for 14 years. I had someone say to me, so what were you doing in 2010 before you could get on Google Maps, really? Or there was no trains. I remember, I think I said this to you before.
Remember the maps?
Yes.
The time?
You had the map, or you had to, or I literally would have like index cards. I would have to like write down. I would have my friend's computer in Venice, and I would write down East 33 on the left side, take it to downtown, get off, and then take the 210.
Oh, hell no.
Because it wasn't
That shit is stressful.
It was stressful.
That shit is
so
stressful.
I have actually lived here long enough to see that they have made some major things. So
It's easier to save $1,000 and buy a hoopty
what? Oh, okay.
and just drive a real ass around.
Might be true.
That is easier than trying to navigate
Might be true.
the public transit system. I can't stand the public transit. That shit is for the birds.
Do you like the right? Well, you didn't do it for that long.
No, but I rode public transit for years.
Oh,
when I was a
yeah,
younger
I mean
person.
here, like you didn't do it for that. Would
No,
you want to say
I
that?
rode public transit for 2 weeks in LA. Not even.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that long.
Not even. A week between when the motorcycle was gone and when I had to go get and when I started getting the Uber. You know what? I was talking to Twan about this the other day.
Right.
That the Uber experience was expensive to rent the car and work for them, but it did allow me to get some money and fix my money. It allowed me to kind of fix to dig myself
I know
out of the
someone
hole
who's
a
just
little
started riding Lyft, and
they're renting the car through them.
No, they have their own car.
Right.
But they're doing it just to make some extra money.
Yeah, it's good. It's good side money. It's not bad. Like I've had some gigs that I thought were worse than others. Depending on how much you're spending on gas and how much the maintenance on your car is, that's important. But like depending on what that is, it's not a bad deal. It's like $30 an hour.
Right. Would you watch so Were you watching, listening? Okay, well, are you familiar with Audible?
Yes.
Do you listen to Audible?
No.
Well, Taraji P. Henson and good old Tracy Ellis Ross are set to lead a new comedy series on Audible.
So it's a podcast.
I guess.
A comedy series on Audible.
Yes.
Is the podcast.
Okay. The series will be called Stranded. And it is a synopsis of two friends who get lost or got stranded on an island or something.
So you remember when the radio shows used to have like the people who would come on and it would be like the stories. It'd be like a soap opera.
Of course.
For the radio.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Right.
That's what that is.
Okay.
But just like the digital version. Does that make sense? Just like
that makes sense.
The internet version of that. Because there's no camera playing, but they're playing characters and it's funny and you're supposed to listen to it. So it would be like that.
Funny.
That's like the idea of everything is just repurposing stuff.
It is. Well, it will debut on November 7th. Taraji will be joined by Jay Ellis, who's from Insecure, and
he is fine.
He is very fine. And Tay Diggs.
Call me Jay.
Good old Tay. We like Tay.
I like Tay Diggs too. You can call me too. What up, nigga?
Miss Whoopi Goldberg. You don't want Whoopi to call you, but Whoopi could call.
I mean, Whoopi could call. I don't want to.
You would smoke with Whoopi.
I would love to smoke with Whoopi.
You would
I don't
love
want
to
to get
smoke with
naked with Whoopi, but I would
Well,
smoke
no.
with her.
Who wants? No. She's also your grandma.
Right.
We don't want to get naked with Whoopi Goldberg.
Right.
I really like Whoopi. Felicia Rashad is also in it.
I just pictured Whoopi Goldberg naked.
And Phil Lamar, whoever that might be.
I just scarred the back half of my eyes.
With what? With Whoopi Goldberg?
With Whoopi Goldberg's titties. Her imaginary titties in my head.
How do you think you would act if you met Beyonce? Tell me what were your how do you think you would behave and what would you say?
I think it depends on the concept in which I met her.
Meet her. Okay. Meet her.
Like if I am, it's like, am I meeting Beyonce? Does Beyonce know who I am?
Mm-hmm.
In that scenario? Am I meeting Beyonce? Does Beyonce know who I am?
Yeah. Let's say she know who you are.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. I'm sitting here having a conversation. Okay, a guy who I've known him for a little while.
Okay.
We've attempted to maybe work together in the past. Hasn't really come to fruition.
Okay.
He popped up on Obama's recommended song list.
Very good for him.
Obama recommends 15 songs a year.
Yes, he does.
And literally, one of them is someone I know. And I was like, this is the coolest thing fucking ever.
The people are saying that Obama said he was not going to get into the niggery of Aubrey and K. Dot.
Right.
Which is why he did not say they not like us. Because every other nigga we know likes that fucking song or have listened to that song.
For sure.
You told me you were over the song.
Right.
So I personally think that it's interesting that it's not on the list, but go on.
It is someone that I know, like, so, and I only say that because that was the other day when Obama put the list out, and I just was very excited for my friend. And like literally Obama was in an interview and said his name, Calamosa, said the name of the record. They pulled it up.
I hear it changes your life.
Right.
I hear that it's like the equivalent, maybe even more.
Because he's not a huge artist.
Oh no, it changes your life because the thing is that one thing we can't take away from Obama is that he is incredibly influential.
Yeah.
He's very, very, very famous, and people like him.
Right.
And they feel like the one thing he's been able to do for years, for almost now for 15 years for sure, since 2008, is kind of hold his pole. Like he can point us in directions that people are interested in going down. So I hear that when he gives you the touch of book related.
His song, he now has 164,000 monthly listeners, and he probably was sitting at like 80 before that came out.
And he'll get more bigger.
Yeah, he'll get
more bigger.
He'll get bigger. And of course, the number one record is the one that Obama recommended. What's in the Tea? The one that came up on the list. Right.
I'm.
But if I met Beyonce, I would probably if I met Beyonce knew who I was.
Yeah.
I would. I don't even know. I think that would be more interesting. If I met Beyonce knew who I was.
Yeah, not just a fan, because she would just say thank you.
Right, like because that seems more likely. Like, well, all right, I meet Beyonce and she's like,
oh, you so sweet.
You're so sweet, babe. You know, I mean, like that's inherently what I imagine me meeting Beyonce would be like. But if I meet Beyonce at a thing and I'm like, oh my God, hi Beyonce, my name's Corey, and she's like, I know who you are.
Before
my knees will buckle.
before I show you this, I want to say that someone recently told me, and I don't think this aired. I think this is one of these episodes that we didn't make it. It just hasn't come out yet. But someone said, remember we had a conversation where I said that Shabuzi was Dolly Parton's godson?
Yes.
I have been told that was an AI interview and that Dolly never said that and that that's not his proximity to her. And it made me think because you kind of said that's her, like you didn't believe
I said that doesn't sound right.
You did say that.
Yeah,
so I
so
wanted to like, although we haven't, it never aired because that was one of them episodes that we.
I feel like that might have aired.
No, it didn't. I'm pretty sure. No, I think that's one of those ones that we didn't do.
We have me and Oko have like 2 or 3 episodes lying around in the ether.
Well, we do. And if it's November and them fucking bitches come out, look at it.
Yeah. You know, they'll be on the Patreon.
It'll be old. Well, Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla, who is very pretty.
I heard she was only 22.
She's very pretty.
Glorilla?
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
I think she's cute. She just sounds like a nigga to me.
Okay. Play this video because they're
Friday.
They're
I ain't got no nigga, and no nigga ain't got me.
I like that. What's wrong with that?
I didn't say there was anything wrong with her. I said she sounds like a man.
Well, Glorilla and good old Meg, who are like besties now in real life.
Right, because they were just on tour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Glorilla and Meg are gagging over meeting Beyonce. Play this. That's what made me ask the question. Because
Megan got a Grammy with Beyonce.
Yeah, these are mega stars.
Like, Beyonce is really... Talking about Beyonce still make me nervous. Like, Beyonce is really like Beyonce. Like, Beyonce. Like, that's what you gotta say. Beyonce. You have to say her name a few times. Like, your mama named you Beyonce because she knew you was finna be the girl.
Like, you was different. Like, nobody else
knew it. There was not gonna be another Beyonce on the planet.
Exactly.
She said, my name is Megan.
My name is Megan.
I remember, when was the first time I ever met Beyonce? I couldn't even tell you when was the first time. Oh my God. Because I just feel like I'm so cool now because I feel like I've seen Beyonce a few times.
Girl.
Getting Grammys and shit with Beyonce. Can you imagine?
Yeah, that's great.
It's one thing to like meet Beyonce. It's a whole other thing to win, to do a song with Beyonce.
Right.
But to go win a Grammy with be fucking Beyonce?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Beyonce all on them.
Crazy.
I be like so scared. I met her twice. And every time, like, I feel like I leave my body and go to heaven. Like,
you cannot talk ill about Beyonce in front of me because might not make it out.
I don't play about her. Like,
because if you talk bad about Beyonce, you really just a hater.
If you say you didn't like this song, you lie out my face.
Right.
Like,
exactly. Don't talk about Beyonce.
Glorilla said, Beyonce, call me. Glorilla said, she said, get me on the next one.
That's what she's saying.
That's what the fuck she said.
Yeah, Glow.
She said, get me on the next one. I lost the video. Now I see a dog.
Oh, a dog of mine?
Right.
Yeah, that's somebody. I gotta, like, I'm not gonna play it, but the ending was Glorilla confessed that that she has Beyonce in her close friends. And on like IG. And it made me have like an epiphany that I've never thought of. Do you know how many fucking people done added Beyonce to their close friends?
Right.
And she ain't seeing it.
Right, because she's added Beyonce's, you ain't add Beyonce's Finsta. You added Beyonce at Beyonce to your close friends.
You know Beyonce has many followers, and I'll even add good old Tay Swift to this.
Hundreds of millions of followers.
Of close friends that they got to go to when they go and look at Instagram. That green circle.
They probably don't even keep Instagrams on their phones. It's probably on their manager's phone, on their assistant's phone.
Both of them bitches give me very anal. They got phone. No, they looking at it. Beyonce,
let me
you don't think they don't look at that?
I'm going to put it like this. I am not shit. Okay? I am not. I am a T-list celebrity.
T, and I'm not. That ain't Z.
I am a T-list celebrity.
It ain't Z.
Q? Maybe a Q-list celebrity, okay? And Q, okay? And,
that's funny.
Like, my Instagram, when I am going viral,
yeah,
my shit is dinging every other minute. Mm-hmm. Literally, in notifications, every third minute.
Right.
Is a like, is a comment, is a share, is a something, okay? These hoes don't have that app on their phone. They can't.
Yeah,
because it would just go. It would just be like it would just
right. That makes sense.
I want to say there's a video.
Or they just don't have their notifications on.
There's a video of Kim Kardashian.
Right.
She's
still around.
She is around.
Oh, what does she do now?
I think she's around. Maybe she's like a social justice activist, porn star, mom lady. But
we don't hear about her that much lately.
Kim's been on the low. She's
getting older?
She's getting ready to go stump for Kameme.
We're going to get there, but is she?
I don't know, but I'm assuming
that's going to happen too. Yeah, that's going to happen. Go on.
And what the fuck were we talking about?
My God, Kameme.
Right. Oh, yeah. That is what I'm calling her.
I like that. I think that's funny. You know, I like a good nickname. You know, someone said to me recently about Pete Buttigieg. Just said, Oko, the idea that you have called Pete Booty for years.
Yeah.
Years.
There's the name of an episode.
Pete Booty.
Something Booty.
I love a good nickname. Right. Finish with whoever we're talking about. Beyonce.
Beyonce. She is.
It wasn't Kim.
I really like Beyonce, and Kim is Kim. And I love this split screen. I don't know why I keep referencing it. I shouldn't have this up here because I keep looking at it. But yeah.
I like Beyonce. Listen, I think that Beyonce... oh, no, the question is about close friends. I just had never heard... I never had thought that Beyonce... I just never thought of... When I heard Glow say she was on her close friends, it made me think, oh, my God, you think of the millions of people that fucking have added that woman to their close friends. She's not looking at it.
I got Beyonce's number in my phone.
You do?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Have you called it?
I have Beyonce's number in my phone.
That's hilarious.
I do. I've had Beyonce's number in my phone for years. Look, I got Beyonce's number right there.
That's so funny.
I've had Beyonce's number in my phone since the 4th grade.
Beyonce said, leave me alone. Just say my name.
Did I save 10 random digits as Beyonce's number in the 4th grade? I did. Do I believe truly deep down that I guessed Beyonce's phone number? I do. And one day I'll be telling that story. When Beyonce's like, when Beyonce sends me her number and I actually already have it. Mm-hmm. Because I guessed it.
As we transition from Beyonce, we're going to stay with it for a little bit and go to Kamala, but Beyonce and Kamala are similar now. Okay, we'll make this political section. This is make a sound. Political time.
Politics.
That could do like a good old
Oko
rat race. So now politics. So first thing, you know, Beyonce that's Kamala's intro song. Freedom.
For freedom. Yeah.
Freedom. And because just of the overwhelming success and people interested in it, I read that Beyonce will be releasing it back to radio.
Freedom.
Right. 8 years later.
Right.
Because, you know, there is some white person in...
Because Beyonce never released it. What album is Freedom from? Lemonade. Freedom wasn't a single.
There's some white person in Eau Claire, in Wisconsin, that ain't never heard that song, that heard it last week and said, ooh, I like that.
Freedom,
I like that.
I can't lose.
So, good for her.
Freedom, cut me loose. Hey,
couple more things about...
I love that Beyonce and Kendrick are homies.
Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I don't think that that makes sense. So a report recently showed that in the 3 weeks that Kamala has been, because, you know, I will not mispronounce her real name. I do like Kamala. In the weeks that Kamala's been in the running, she has... Since she became the Democratic nominee, she has raised $1 million an hour.
The whole time?
The whole time.
So hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. The idea that this woman has, we have literally had episodes where we said, what is she doing for her to be, and this is what the pundits and this is what writers are saying, she's the first person in a decade to really come and take attention from Donald Trump.
Oh, for sure.
Where she's now entered into that cultural phenomenon that him and Obama only really know. Because people was not standing 8 hours to fucking hear Hillary Clinton. God bless Hillary.
Is Kameme coming to LA?
She's coming. But because she know we gonna vote for her.
Are we going?
We're gonna go. We're going. I'm going.
So when you call me,
okay,
and you tell me that you've acquired tickets,
or
some other bitch has acquired tickets for you, I'm letting you know right the fuck now. I'm gonna have an attitude.
When I call you Eddie,
I'm gonna have a fucking attitude. Hear me.
I meant to
hear
That's
me.
hilarious.
When you're at Oko loves to invite me to some shit with Noah at it. And then loves to tell me about the event he went to with the open bar and the celebrities late night in the Hollywood Hills. I'm never invited to these fucking parties. I'm invited to the 4 niggas in the park.
Whoa. Your fucking friends. Please make that a clip.
I love my friends.
Because they know exactly who you're talking about.
I just want it to be known that I only get invited to the low-key things that are really, really low-key. Oko is at Chris Brown's house.
No, I'm not.
Texted me on the way back, like, "Oh, you won't believe what happened."
Please, I'm not in that circle.
Bitch, please. Okay, so when Kameme comes to town,
I think she's coming.
I want to go, and this is okay. Like the Shaka Khan concert I wasn't at 2 weeks ago.
That wasn't
when you called me from it.
When you called me,
right?
But you knew about
it. The Shaka Khan concert I was supposed to be at.
But that's a whole nother party. That's not even new with me.
Crazy.
That person told me and you. Well, we did have tickets when they let it be known, so that's true too.
Crazy.
I think that back to Kamala.
Kameme.
Good old Kameme. I think that that we are in a very interesting moment in this country. Like it's like we are actually seeing a black woman who has like change the conversation. I can't tell you how many people are now talking about this. Everywhere I go, there is some form of politics. And we were not doing this. We were doing it because we had this fucking show.
Right.
But like people were not talking about Joe.
No, because it was sleepy.
It was like, what are we talking about? He's asleep?
Right.
The way she's been able to reinvigorate.
Joe got to change his diaper. And that's the news. Joe, go change your diaper.
I mean, when you have 60, she had a call last night called 60, not 60. It was called Republicans for Kamala, and it was 70,000 people on the call.
Republicans for Kameme.
And now...
Repapas for Kameme.
Like 2 days from now, they're going to have evangelicals for Kamala. And these are people that are leaving Trump. So my question first is that what do you... let's just start at the basis. What do you think Kamala is doing that Trump is not? What is this? What are we witnessing?
I mean, Joe was just an old white dude who, But
why is Trump plummeting?
Trump is plummeting because in a conversation of old white men versus each other, old, rich, established white men who are like drenched in the political system, they were a very similar thing. And Joe was old and senile. And now Kamala is a woman and she's black and she's Indian
and
she's attractive. And I guess now at 60, you're young. And so she's all these things in comparison to Donald Trump. That have invigorated a lot of people.
It really has. You have people like Kellyanne Conway was on Fox News.
You weren't voting.
I was not going to. Well, I was going to vote, but I wasn't going to vote for him.
You were going to go sneeze in a ballot.
Yeah, I was.
And
vote everything else. That's true.
You were going to go sneeze in a ballot.
That's true.
And have gone from sneezing a ballot to I'm going to go work for the election.
I've done that. I've been on calls. I get emails.
I do not do any of those things, but I was going to vote. But I think there's more of an example.
I think the record should show that you, now this is to your credit, I will give you this. Even with having opinions, or maybe you didn't, about Joe and how he behaved lately, even for the demented thing, because that wasn't my biggest issue, as you know.
Right.
You fundamentally showed me that you do believe that we should vote to save our country.
Right. And not voting is not going to save it.
Yes, and we had real debates about that.
A few.
Oh, yes, we did in real life. So I would give you that. I had been like that until this time. I had not had something happen in my lifetime that made me so upset. It was like, what are you doing, Joe? Like, why are you talking about you're a fucking Zionist? I did not like that.
I feel like America has been ran by white men and at war the entire time I've been alive. So like the fact that,
true.
Right. So like the fact that it was ran by a white man and we're at war, I can't be like, oh, I'm super mad at Joe for this white man in power and this war. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yes, America is trying to patrol and police brown people in the Middle East, right? That's been a thing for the last 40 years. And there's been a white man in control. That's been a thing for the last 400 years.
Well, she's in the lead in many states. She's closed the gap. Florida is now within reach. She's today in the lead in Pennsylvania. Arizona is leading to her. The question is, Do you think that she's going to win?
I do.
Okay.
Because people give a shit. Mm-hmm. The last time people gave this much of a shit about an election, I was too young to vote.
Right, in 08. That's
right.
True.
So the last time people really cared about an election this much was then. Kamala wins from her lack of, she has like a lot of name recognition, but actually a very low profile.
Smart.
It's very smart. In this instance, it's very smart.
And people are giving her credit for that.
Very smart play.
Because in a way, it's been so low profile where it's been so low profile that people are separating her from Joe.
People don't know where to dig. They don't even, because Kamala, and we need to go back into that what the fuck is going on with Kamala episode. We need to go dig through that and go see what we were talking about then.
Yeah, I don't know why we say.
Well, no, because the bitch was not doing anything. We could not find her, and now she wasn't, and now she's stepped down. It's worked out. But
to her credit, now I remember hearing here in LA in 2012. That there was this attorney general that they were calling.
That was 12, 15 years ago.
That's true. But I remember reading and hearing that there was this attorney general that we had just elected that was like the woman, black, light-skinned version of Obama. So there is a part of her that people have now finally come along that I think is what we're witnessing. I also think in regards to Trump, this is the thing. Trump is a very vain and very... what he sees, what he hates, what he sees he doesn't like. And here's the truth. Most of that shit they say about Kamala, they can't really, it's not sticking.
It's not sticking to Joe.
Because in his heart, he can't say she's a pig like he did Rosie O'Donnell.
Right.
Or she's a nasty woman like he did Hillary, because there is a part of him that's attracted to her.
Right.
This is a woman who is beautiful.
Right.
This is a woman who, as you just said, we don't really know why we hate her. Now, we know because we've heard the things. But for the average person,
on a statewide, local level, Kamehameha got more issues. But
not on a national level. No.
If
you are in Wisconsin and you see this beautiful, multiracial, biracial black woman who is talking about joy and freedom
and exemplifying it.
Yes. And changing everything that Trump is doing.
She got this white-ass husband, these white-ass kids. You know, America loves that.
They do.
The Midwest loves that. That's their favorite thing ever.
And Tim Walz helps.
Tim Walz helps too. Midwestern as fuck. You know,
I like Tim Walz.
Camo, gun, pointing, toting.
That truck, I thought I was wearing one today. That trucker cap sold out within 30 minutes.
I would get one.
Meghan McCain shaded it. Just because you got a camo hat don't mean you know real America. And then somebody pulled up a 2008 merch from her and from her Dez and Palin. Same camo hat, just Palin McCain. And they were like, back down, bitch.
Right.
You don't know what you're talking about.
My late night session just canceled, so my night's not as long as it's going to be.
Well, that's good.
That's fabulous.
That's good. What do you think about, or how do you think, so you think that there's a possibility that Kamala wins?
I don't think it's a possibility. I think it is a likely option because she's not everyone remembers Donald Trump being president. Even if you're Republican and you liked him being president, Donald Trump being president sucked. It was a shitty couple years. It was shitty. It was him tweeting at Kim Jong-un and at fucking Putin and at all these things. It was awful. Putin. It was such an awful experience. So
nobody loves Trump.
Even if you're someone who would rather you're like, I just want to go with the status quo. Even if you're someone who thinks that politics doesn't matter, I'm just going to live my life and do my entrepreneurial America thing. White picket fence. I want to be a CEO. Whatever you want to do that American thing. Sure. But voting for people who actively sow discourse and actively sow anger and negativity into the zeitgeist, into the American, upholstery, into the American canon, is negative. Even if you are Republican and you're like, Donald really sucked. The energy was shitty when he was president. It was not very good. It wasn't like, you can be like, oh, like Joe Biden was president and it wasn't great. Mm-hmm. It wasn't great, but it wasn't negative.
No, it wasn't negative.
It was very non-consequential.
Joe Biden's biggest flaw is going to be, because honestly, when you look at his record, he's actually been a very liberal and effectual like president.
President.
He's
Yeah, he
done
has been a
things
little
legislatively.
bit. Very, very. He's actually might be the most liberal one since JFK.
Oh, for sure.
RFK, not RFK.
JFK.
No. Since
Because RFK was never
the one
president.
from the 40s who did all the social reform.
FDR.
Yes, that's what I was looking
FDR.
for.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Yeah.
But I think that no, that's true. I think that you're correct in the sense that maybe what we're witnessing is that my grandmother said to me yesterday that people are tired of the Trump song because it's nothing new. He doesn't have any range. He's been saying the same thing.
The stuff that Trump, the playbook of 16, 20, and 24 Trump are all the same.
Right.
And it's arguable that this is not working in this landscape. We're not coming off a post-Obama, off of, like, people aren't just, like, upset because it was a black dude. Like, so, like where you can swing in and make these plans off of XYZ. Fuck, guys, we're out of time.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's the last of it.
Next week,
Catch us back.
we love you. Thanks for watching
thank you guys
the show.
for listening.
It was a good episode.
Bye.
Bye.